the highs and the lows, we've been walking this road. Hand in hand, we've been learning how to love and to grow. 40 years in the making, and we're still here today. Carry around and know that God's love paves the way. Whether brand new rings or the lines on your face, we're finding grace in the sacred place. We laugh when it's hard and we fight there too, 'cause God's got a plan for me and you. We're keeping it H-O-T, honest, open, transparent, you see. Bridging hearts, baby, where love's supposed to be. From the vows we set to the dreams we chase, we're building forever in God's embrace. So, bridging hearts. From the kitchen table talks to the prayers late at night, we know love's a battle, but we're still holding tight. Got a card game to spark up the flame again. Reignite the fire with your lifelong friend. Love is a gift, oh, straight from above, designed for his purpose, sealed with his love. Every tear, every laugh, every baby, I'm sorry, it's so.
Well,
Hello.
welcome. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi. Good morning, everyone. Listen, we got a great show for you on today. Um,
That's good. That's
yeah,
good going.
we do. We have a great show for you on today. We are having today. We got two coaches coming on, and they're marriage coaches, and we are so honored to have them on today. So we want you to make sure that you're taking notes and that you're ready for this awesome couple that we have coming up on today. So, what do you have to say
Yeah.
about them?
First of all, we want to thank you guys for taking out this busy
Yeah.
schedule to join
Mhm.
us on Bridging Hearts. It is marriage on purpose. So we want to thank you
Yes.
guys for taking the time. We just actually just please like and share. You know,
Yes.
there may be someone out there that may be needing some coaching experience, that may be needing some uh, tools and different things that can enhance and strengthen their marriage or the relationship. And that's what we're here to do today.
Yep. Yeah. And so our next guest, we're going to bring them up because we want them to introduce themselves and tell you how long they've been married and what they got going on. Okay.
It just, you know, and these are two powerful couples that we've met that we truly love, and we engaged with them and went through a couple of their events, and we just really got inspired by them and just the knowledge and the things that they have that they can give to us and give to other people that can help enhance their marriage.
Correct. Yeah. So, okay. Hold on. There we go. All
Hey.
right. So, as we said, we're going to allow the Lloyds, Johnny and Marilyn Lloyd, to introduce themselves and tell you how long they've been married and what they have going on right now. So, Johnny and Marilyn Lloyd, welcome. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Not a
we're
problem.
so happy to have you here. Yeah.
I am Marilyn Lloyd, and
And I'm Johnny Lloyd.
we've been married for 27 years.
Wow.
And we have been doing premarital and marital coaching for 16 years.
Wow.
Okay, that's awesome. So, what is the name of your coaching business?
MJ Lloyd Relationship Coaches.
MJ
okay.
Lloyd Relationship Coaching.
So you got that.
Yeah.
Remember that. Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah. MJ Lloyd Coach Marriage Relationship Coaching, correct?
Yes.
Got it.
Correct.
And so you do have a Facebook page, correct? And what is that Facebook page?
It's the same, MJ Lloyd Relationship Coaches. And you can also go to our website, same thing, MJ Lloyd Relationship Coaches.
Got it. Okay, everybody, you got it.
Okay.
And a lot of things that Jerry and I have done, if you've been following our live, these are our mentors. These are the ones that we have been following. So when we talk about the love language, the forgiveness language, and everything that we talk about, blame them. So we're here today, and we just want to talk about, your marriage coaching business and So tell us a little about the business. How did you get started, and why did you get started?
So at first we was doing it with couples from our church,
Mhm.
and then we wanted to reach a broader audience. And so my wife sat down and said, how can we reach unchurched people?
Ooh, okay.
So that's when we started MJ Relationship Coaches.
Okay.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
And there was definitely a need to reach people outside of the faith community, because we would have a lot of people that we had worked with within the faith community, and they would want to refer us to other people outside. And so in order for us to reach those people, we wanted to go ahead and start the business to make ourselves available to people of diverse communities and diverse backgrounds as well.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
that's awesome. Because it's kind of a little bit. We're following you guys' footsteps a little bit. Because
A
we're
lot of it.
well, a lot of it. Because we have a desire, to help couples, whether they be in the church, out of the church, just to help married couples grow,
Mhm.
to enhance the relationship, and just the time that we spent with you guys. We have learned a lot,
Mhm.
and it helped us in
Yes.
building our relationship and growing closer. So, shout out to you guys, and I love it. And it's just a privilege to thank you guys for coming and taking time out.
Yeah.
It's an awesome privilege. But I have another question. Okay, so I know you guys are doing this. What are some of the common struggles that you think we see facing today that maybe it wasn't as common before before you guys got married?
Like common struggles as far as coaching or marriages, period.
Well, it looks like when 27 years ago, people didn't have traditional roles, or they had traditional roles where the man know what his role was and the lady knew what her roles were. Now you get two-person incomes and both people working, so it kind of like, how do you define the role? How do we work like a couple? So that's sometimes is a hard thing. Like, who do we get to mentor us, to help us, know what the right role is?
Okay.
Because it could switch. You think the lady's supposed to cook, but then now we have men cooking.
Yeah.
That is,
And, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's totally different.
Yeah. So it's more required to define what marriage means to us today. What is going to be the roles in our marriage? What is going to work for us? And figuring out what parts of your kind of upbringing and the roles that you've seen in your family of origin versus the roles that you've seen on Hollywood movies, versus the roles that you dreamed up in your sleep. What's going to work for us together as a couple, and that's a big one. Sorting out the roles.
Okay. And so, how does your coaching service help couples define these roles?
So now we do assessments, and we see who's good at what and how we can implement that into their relationship, saying, okay, you good to this? Okay, let's do a schedule. So the first thing we do is expectations. So we do an expectation assessment and say, who do you think would cook the most? How many times out of a week that they would cook? Who would clean? How many would y'all clean together? Would y'all clean separate? Because some people have different cleaning styles.
Yes.
So we do that. We do those things, and then we say, who house are we going over for Christmas or Thanksgiving? So we have all those expectations. So when the person have different expectations, I thought you was gonna cook. I thought we was gonna eat out most time, or I thought we was gonna have a maid. So then they talk about those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and some of it may sound, really basic, like
Come on.
chores or who will not. However, those are the things that oftentimes cause the conflict, because a lot of those expectations are what we call hidden expectations.
Mm-hmm.
There may be assumed and not specifically stated. And in some cases, it may be stated, as a joke or in passing, but that may be something you really expect your husband or wife to do, and it's never really discussed or agreed to.
Yes.
One of the big things in servicing those expectations is coming to a shared understanding and an agreement as to what do we expect, and can you meet those expectations for me?
Right.
The can you meet those expectations often goes undiscussed, until you get married, and then the expectations turn into a demand once you get married, and then frustration once they aren't met, and then those things lead to what we call irreconcilable differences.
Right. Ooh,
Correct.
that is good.
Yeah.
And just piggybacking off what you're saying with the assessments, because when we got married, we never thought about an assessment.
No.
It wasn't even in our DNA or thoughts about it. And when we filled out the assessment about, well, who you think's going to do the cooking, like you said, who you think going to do the cleaning, and we're looking at one another like, oh, she going to do that, or he going to do that. But we had that expectation that the other person, we thought that the other person was going to do all of that. And my expectation was different from hers. Oh, no, I think you can do this, and I do this. So, and then we were able to come to an agreement and just, map it out and strategize it out to figure out how we're going to balance that. Knowing her expectation, and then I had a totally different expectation than what she had. But now that we know, so how do we rectify that? How do we grow and respond to that where we can cohabitate together?
Yes.
That is so awesome, because like I said, the assessment that you guys do, we took the assessment as well, and beforehand we had no clue about the assessment, and it truly helped us in our relationship.
And that was the thing. It was important. We did it before we was even engaged, because we said that even last week we did it before we was engaged, because I didn't want to say I do when I don't even know what I'm saying. I do too. So we thought that was very important to even have that coaching session before, there was any heartstrings attached. So liked each other, and it may work, but let's go through this coaching session first and see if we really going to say I do and really mean it. Or she says yes. Yes to what? But
Exactly.
You do premarital counseling, but you do a marital counseling as well, right?
Coaching.
Oh, yes.
Coaching, I'm sorry.
Coaching.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Different. So, but I have a question here. So, how do you balance, being transparent about your own challenges, while you're still guiding others?
That's a good question. So we try not to put too much in there, but if we went through similar things, then we would try to be transparent and say, this is what going on with us. This is how we felt about that situation. Just for instance, we're a blended family. So if we're talking to a person that's having problems with a blended family, we would say, okay, this is how my wife dealt with it when I talked to my ex-wife, and how we had to put those boundaries and rules in place. So we would tell them anything that was helpful, that how we got through it, and we would talk to the couple, but we would make it about them. So we wouldn't put too much in it about us, but we would let them know that we understand that what they're going through. So yes.
And it's important to be able to have that level of transparency,
Yeah.
because that actually shows how
Yeah.
we can have empathy for the couple situation, and that we can also help them see how they can make it to the other side.
Right.
They're seeing someone that made it to the other side of a current challenge that they
Right.
may be experiencing. But like my husband said, the important thing is that we keep that couple at the center of, you know, those coaching sessions, because the goal is to empower them to be able to journey through their challenges.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's good, because that really goes right into that next question. Because and you really can't somewhat answer this, but you can even expound on it more if you like. Like when a couple comes to you on the brink of giving up, what's the first thing you do to try to help bring them back together? Or see, I mean, what do you tell them? What do you know? How should they navigate this coaching session to bring them back together when they just feel like all hope is lost?
Yeah.
So the first thing we really try to do is give them hope. That's saying that you can get on the other side. So we try to see what's right. We try to point to what's right in their relationship,
Okay.
what they're doing right. Because sometimes people focus on what is going wrong and what they're doing wrong, that it's hard for them to see what is right.
Yeah. I think that's an excellent point, Johnny, because when you're going through challenges, you tend to magnify those. And so it can become all consuming because it's something that you're focused on. And so oftentimes you're not able to see any positive aspects of the relationship, whether it's premarital or marital, because you're just magnifying the challenge. And so what my husband is saying is, when we try to instill hope, we try to get them to see the other perspective and what they like about their spouse or their partner, and start there so they can see that, you know, it's not 100% negative. You know, it could be 95, but still, if there's 5%, you know, we try to instill that hope. And then as time goes on through those coaching sessions, they start to be able to see things more objectively and have that hope as that hope grows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think that is so important, like you
Yeah.
said, to give them hope
Mhm.
where they can see for themselves what they can do, opposed to just gleaning off of us, because they can look at us, but it's not necessarily them having the hope. You explained it, and you give them some details and give them some things that they can go by. They can use the system in gaining hope. So, and I love that, and that's just gonna tailor into the question that I had,
Mhm.
that I wanted to ask. Like, so what's a success story, you know, from your coaching that reminds you why you do the things you do?
Oh, that's good. That's a good question. So when we see people on the brink of divorce, and then we inspire hope, and we see change,
Yeah.
and then we see the happiness that they get another marriage, they get another relationship. The relationship is better than it was
Yeah.
before they got married. So when we see those things, we say, wow, because we always we see the change in the transformation of, wow, this marriage is better than it was when they first said I do.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? So once we see people like that, and we see they experience love like they never experienced it before,
Yeah.
that's really inspire us. That's like, wow, this is why we do this.
Yeah, I'll give an example also from premarital as well. So we've coached premarital couples where they decided not to get married,
Mm.
and those are really success stories as well, because the things that they uncovered about themselves as an individual,
Right.
and the things they uncovered about the other person, the conclusion was like, this person is not going to meet my expectations.
Wow.
They uncovered deal breakers in some cases that were already being broken during the premarital courtship. And so if these were deal breakers for your marriage and they're already being broken during your dating season and your engagement season,
Yeah.
then there was a real eye opener that this person is not going to change or get better. And I'd rather know now than start a life with them and 4, 5, 6 years down the road have to go through the devastation of divorce. And
Correct.
so that I think those are success stories as well when people are empowered to make those decisions during premarital.
Yeah, that was good. And that's why it's so important to get premarital coaching, before, you get so involved before you buy the wedding ring and the dress and what have you. This is why it's so important. And also, why do you think, what's the taboo about, for us, and I'm going to put it this way, what type of advice would you even give people that's on the fence about getting coaching?
You go.
Well, so people can be on the fence for like a few reasons, right? For example, if they're on the fence where they may feel like, we think we're doing okay. Do we actually need coaching at all? Let's say for either premarital or marital. And so they have to kind of ask themselves, what are the goals that they would have in getting coaching? Like, are there things that they want to improve about themselves individually, about their relationship? So they have to kind of think about that and make those decisions for themselves. You can think about it from like a maintenance perspective. So you can be proactive about your health, for example, and do preventative care. So, and sometimes the house doesn't have to be on fire, so to speak, in order for you to say, okay, I need marriage coaching. You can do preventative care for your relationship or for your marriage. And then there are other situations where you may be having some challenges where you see some reoccurring themes happening. So again, you're not thinking about whether you need to get a divorce or not. That might not have even come up, but you are seeing some things where you feel like, I think I need a third party. We need someone to hear both sides objectively. We need somebody that's for the marriage, that's not going to take sides, and to work through some of these reoccurring themes that are happening, whether it's trust issues, communication, etc. And then up to the other end of the spectrum, go ahead. It's where you're like maybe thinking about divorce or you've given up, and you just want out. You're done. So that's another scenario where you can decide that you want coaching in a third party.
Yeah, and I've seen people on the fence, and then when they finally come to us, the reason why they're on the fence is they're afraid of being found out.
Ooh.
So we have some people, while we was coaching them, they got married. And we asked them, why did you get married? He said, I was afraid that y'all wasn't going to convince her not to marry me.
Wow.
So and then we found infidelity after they got married. Then we found out why he went and did it so quick. So he was afraid. That's why he didn't want to go to coaching. He thought that someone would find out. So sometimes people are on the fence about that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most safest thing is to get another, what the Bible say, in the multitude of counsel, there's safety.
Yes.
So I think that you get a third party to check them out. Let your friends check them out. Let your sisters or your brother, somebody check them out to see, or her out to see if she's what she says she is.
Yeah.
That is so true. That is
like Ladina last week, the McLeases, we had them on. Ladina said she had a whole family. She had the whole family was like, and that was good, but they approved of him. So you do need that outside source that doesn't have any hard attachments to it, and so that they can see what's real. I mean, if it's really for you or not. So yeah.
And what I hate the most, Rhonda, what they say in weddings, keep people out your business. I think that's like really a bad thing to say, because then you got to suffer alone when things get hard.
Wow.
So I think, yeah,
Y'all see why we like them?
That's good.
yeah,
That's so good. So
Yeah.
you hear it all the time, but you never heard this side of it.
yeah.
Mhm.
And when we hear that, we was like, oh, now they're gonna suffer in silence till they get out of control. I say, if you don't tell nobody now, when you get a divorce, everybody gonna know.
See? See?
So you should have someone, a safe person, but it should be somebody in your business.
Uh-huh.
It should be.
Wow. Somebody that you trust should be in your
That's-
business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My pastor say, if you saying this is my business, he said it might be monkey business.
So for those who may come to your coaching classes, how do you guys coach? Is it a one-on-one session with both spouses there, or is it a one-on-one? How do you guys handle that?
So we like to do both spouses, even if we're talking to one spouse, because we wanted the other spouse to hear
Wow.
of what the challenges that person going through. Like if we did one-on-one, then the other person won't get to know this side of the person. So we try to do them together, even if we're talking with your person. Now today it looked like we're going to be picking on you, but we're not. We're just trying to focus on you first, then we're going to focus on the other person. But we want you guys to hear each other. So so that's what we do. We try to make both parties there. We never separate them unless we're referring them to clinical where someone could do it. Then they'll come back to us if it's a clinical issue with them. But when we do it, we try to do them together.
Yeah, we definitely try to do it together. The only other times where we try to do, like we may end up doing separate, is if we're trying to get to a place where you can build trust, and there may not be trust built between the partners or the husband and wife, and so there may need to be individual session to like coach that person so that they can open up in a setting where their spouse is there and where they're there with their spouse. But the goal is for us, like you said, 90%, 95% of our sessions are with my husband and wife and the couple together.
And the reason why we do that, because sometimes people come to our coaching session and they'll talk to my wife and say, you know how ladies are, you know how we do it. And so they try to do sides, or the guy say, you know us, man, like, I don't know, tell me. Because we're not trying, we tell them that we're not taking your sides.
Yeah.
We take the side of your marriage. And so sometimes it's going to feel like that. But we try not to do all those sessions separate, because then if somebody wants a session with my wife by themselves, then we say, okay, we can't cancel you, coach you guys together once the person want to talk to her. And then that's what we do. They never talk to us no more. They go and talk to my wife, or they talk to me, and then they never talk to us as a couple if they just want to talk one-on-one.
Wow. So you do offer one-on-ones as well?
Yeah, as long as they don't want to come back as couples. So we do one-on-one if they're talking about a relationship.
Okay.
But we don't want them to talk about their spouse. We want to talk about the problems they're contributing, what's going on with their life, how they feel, did that have something to do with their childhood? But we don't want them to talk about their spouse.
Correct.
Talk about them as an individual.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's very good.
That's very good. That's very good, because I think we so much want to blame the other person and not really look in the mirror at ourselves.
Yeah.
And we want to put it off from somebody else, but we never look at the spot in our eyes. Say, well, I know you doing this, I know you doing that, but what are you doing? That's awesome.
I would say the other kind of coaching environment that we have is with regards to conferences and retreats, couples conferences and retreats. And right now, those are just for married couples. We create an environment even within the retreat and conferences where even though there's a group setting, there's intimate conversation that happens between the couple, between the husband and the wife. And so you're learning and understanding information like holistically, but there's like the workshop component where you're engaging and interacting with your spouse one-on-one.
Yes, and other couples. I
And
love
other couples, yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
You
And we
know,
gonna
I'm sorry, but you know, that was something, because before you said what you were saying, what you said, I was thinking, hey, you have a conference coming up.
yeah. Yeah. We're gonna talk about that towards the end, because I do want people to take note on the conference and what you're offering and the dates and everything. So we do want to talk about that conference coming up. Okay, but I have a question.
Sure.
How do you coach people after betrayal?
Mm.
Yeah, that is
Mhm.
the most descriptive one, because I have a belief system. So I tell them my belief system. I don't believe that people should stay married if someone betrayed them. So I tell them that. I said, but I do everything. If you want to stay, I do everything in my power to help you through it. I said, but if my wife betrayed me and cheated on me, I love her, but I love her from a distance. Because
Wow.
yes, I tell them that clear, because I don't think I could take the memory and the thought out of my mind that she was with someone else.
Wow.
Yeah, so I tell them, because betrayal is really the only time where the Bible say you can get a divorce, really, if there has some betrayal in there. So I mean, that's why I tell people I'm against it, but I do it, and I've done it. I've done it so many times for couples and put my heart in there because they wanted to stay together. And then while we was counseling, they betrayed the spouse again.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
And then did they still stay together after that?
No, they didn't stay together after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think what my husband is saying kind of piggybacks on the question you asked earlier about balancing being transparent with the couples that we're counseling. So really, he's being transparent because sometimes, it helps people to understand, like, would you do this or what would you do? But for him to be transparent to say, I don't know if I could really do that, from a mental and emotional, psychological perspective myself. But I'm committed to your marriage and for your marriage. And if you guys want to work through this, we're going to give you our 100% commitment, effort, work with you through this. So that's one example that he gave, but then there's other examples where there was the betrayal and infidelity, and we worked with people until they got through it, until they decided if they were staying or leaving. And we have couples that have stayed, and they are in a better situation than they were even before the betrayal. Wow. They worked through a lot of issues that led up to it on both sides.
And they took ownership.
They took
ownership, and they had remorse. Mm-hmm. They really had remorse and
commitment for it to happen. Yes. Put boundaries in place.
Put boundaries in place.
They did the work.
Right. Anything passcodes, everything, whereabouts, tracking phones, everything. They did all of that. They said that's not fair. I said, yes. Under these conditions, it is fair.
Yeah. Hello.
You did them. This is the price you have to pay. And this helped you, so the temptation come, your spouse will know where you are.
Wow.
That is so awesome. And I just love it that the both of you don't interject your personal beliefs and your personal feelings into their situation, because you're here to help. You're here to help them. Mm-hmm. So regardless of how you feel about a certain situation, it doesn't dictate or change the fact that you're there for them.
Yeah.
Where some other coaches may take advantage and say, well, I wouldn't do that. And it's not about you. It's about the couple, because I've been through a session like that. Mm-hmm. Where I was asked, why do I want this marriage? Mm-hmm. And I said that I love the person, and the counselor told me, well, That's not a good reason.
Mhm.
And I'm like, whoa. I mean, but you're interjecting your personal feelings
Mhm.
through it, opposed to allowing them to grow and allowing them to understand one another, but they can work their thing, their salvation out, because that's what they desire to do. It's not what you want, it's what they
Yeah.
desire.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good, Jay.
Yeah, and that's very important to us that people are making their own decisions about their own lives and their own relationships. We're helping to help them uncover the information. We're providing tools for them to be more effective in their relationship. The decisions that they make are theirs. They have that autonomy to make those decisions. Now, we are in no way going to condone anything that's an abusive relationship or anything like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Definitely uncover that information
There you go.
and and provide them tools, options, resources, etc., to be able to get out of any abusive situation. Those things where they make choices to stay. The example that we gave you in betrayal, there was a total change in behavior and a change in the commitment for those relationships that came out on the other side, and those people were able to grow.
Yeah, and that's good. That's real good.
Yeah. So I have like one last question, if I can.
Yes, you may.
Yeah, one last question, and then we're going to talk about this marriage conference that you have coming up. Okay, but why do you think that some marriages can be restored, while on the other hand, some marriages cannot? So, what happens during that process? Like some you go in thinking that they can be restored, but then they're not restored. So why is that?
Want me to get this one? So our experience where we've seen the trauma. The trauma is too much. Childhood trauma or any trauma that they had is too hard for them to push through.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they have a spouse that haven't had all that trauma, but love that person and want to work and want to go get help, but they can't get past that childhood trauma. It's too much.
Wow.
Yeah. So in addition to like childhood traumas being too much, sometimes it's compounded with the things that happen in your childhood, and now you see them reoccurring in your marriage. So not exactly the same behaviors necessarily, but those triggers of the trauma are happening in the marriage, and then over time, those things cause deep hurt and damage. And then oftentimes resentment. Yes, oftentimes they cause resentment and bitterness, which people are not able to let go of and get past. And so when they can't get past that that bitterness, there's it's no way for hope to be instilled. Like they're holding on to that, or sometimes it's unforgiveness.
Yeah.
People are holding on to it, and you can't like break through for them to get to the other side to have hope.
Yeah, and that's why sometimes we don't take someone that has been married over 2 years if they had that problem, because we know somebody might be bitter and resentful. And so why did they wait all that time not to get help? So they just calling us till they get to the divorce court.
Wow.
And we have had people that say, actually we have decided to get a divorce. One person may want the marriage, and the other person may be saying, if we can't work through the marriage, we just want a peaceful divorce. We don't want to be bitter at each other, and so it depends on, the goal of that couple in the marriage too.
That's good.
That's good. That is so good.
That is so good. This was so insightful. As long as I've been knowing you all, as much as we all talk, I still learned a lot even from this session. I mean, this is good. This is really good. And so now, go ahead, baby. No.
Go ahead, beautiful.
Okay. So, yeah, we just want you to talk about the marriage conference that's coming up. It's called Better Together, correct?
Yes. So we will be having a Marriage Matters conference. Yes, it will be. The theme will be Better Together. It will be April the 10th through the 11th, 2026.
Yes.
2026. Yes.
And tickets on sale probably January.
Yeah, we'll have tickets going on sale in the next few months, towards the end of the year. But you'll start seeing some save the dates, and you can start to save the date now.
Yes.
But we'll be starting, that in earnest in the next few months.
And we'll be at the Marriott Naperville.
Yes.
Ooh, yes.
And it's an overnight stay as well, right?
Yes. The registration fee will include the Friday night hotel stay.
Yeah.
So guys, I just want to put a plug in because we've been to 2.
Yes.
And it's gotten better every year we've went.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I love it, and I encourage you guys when the information comes out, when it comes available.
Get it.
Matter of fact, go to their website and look at their material.
Yeah.
Go to their Facebook page, like and share it.
Yeah.
Because I know there's other couples out there that are needing coaching, that are needing vital tools and information. And I, this couple here are powerful.
Yeah.
And
Say
I know
the truth.
and they will deliver.
Yeah.
And I just thank God for them because
Yes.
they've been so supportive for us and encouraged us so much. And
Yes.
we just want to, thank you guys for
Yes.
joining us. So that's Marilyn and Johnny Lloyd.
Yes.
MJ Lloyd Relationship Coaching.
Yes.
Get that.
Jerry, you've been there 3 times.
Oh Lord.
You know, I wasn't gonna say. I'm like,
You know what? 3 times.
yes, since we
We've been married.
Since we
yeah,
married,
that's
yeah.
so true. That is so true.
Yeah. Time flies. Time flies.
I mean, it has, but just the information that you bring, you guys give. I mean, it's just so enlightening, and it's just. I mean, we glean, and we come out of there every year. We come out of there. We're just like a deer, like a deer look at some headlights. We just
and we ready to do the live.
So
Yeah.
but it's such an honor to have you guys joining us today.
Yeah.
And just giving some vital and strong information that can help people. And I know you have a heart for it, and and I'm telling you guys, they have a heart. They have a heart for marriages.
Yeah.
A true heart for marriages, and they will not steer you wrong. And they're here to to help you grow in your relationship as well as your marriage, and not only with the spouses, but with the family.
Yeah.
It's a family affair.
Yeah.
And they help you grow spiritually and emotionally. So that's what I love about it.
Right. So you all, please like and share this broadcast. Make sure you share it with someone that may be going through in their marriage. And even if they're not seemingly going through anything, like and share anyway, because you never know the marriage you save could be your very own. Correct? So we do appreciate everyone for coming on today. And is that it?
No, well, I'm just gonna, if you guys have any last words you'd like to say or anything, feel free. You have the floor.
Thank you all for having us. This has been exciting. This has been great.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a great job with these lives and with really sharing the real stories and the real marriages. And you guys are actually bringing a message of hope around marriage, faith, as well as partnerships. So we appreciate your commitment to marriages.
Amen.
We appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you all once again. And that's it, right?
That's it.
Okay.
Like We want to thank you guys for joining us. Just have an awesome day
Yes.
and go love on someone.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Oh,
nice.
I like that.
God bless
That's
you.
your spouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's get that right now. Your spouse. Okay.
Clarification.
Okay, God bless you.
God bless you
all.
guys.
God bless you.
Bless you too.
Okay, God bless you.
Wow. What an awesome.
Yeah.
What an awesome session.
Yeah.
We really want to thank you guys. Virgin Hearts Marriage Ministry. Me and my wife on behalf.
From the vows we set to the dreams we chase.
Okay, God bless you.
God bless you.
Embrace, so Virgin Hearts, yeah. We're keeping it HOT, 'cause forever is ours in the heart of God's love. Yeah. Virgin Hearts, oh. Through the highs and the lows, we've been walking this road hand in hand.